because I am giving a new speech. No, this is not a new speech for me. This is more of informative. But however, the speech that I am preparing for is a new one. After 40 years in Toastmasters, going through the manuals, picking and choosing everything I liked, I finally have a chance to give a speech I have never given before. It's not a manual speech. I did go through the manuals. It doesn't really seem to be under information or informative or speeches by management. But these are the people who are forcing me to give a new speech. Meet Jay Delaney and Jill Ade Ataro, my son and his fiance. They are scheduled to be married in approximately 8 weeks. And as they were planning the ceremony, they came up to me and they asked, "Dad, we're getting married. Will you officiate at our wedding?" That's right. I've done a lot of speeches before, but I have never led a wedding ceremony. And yes, technically, I'm a minister in the Universal Life Church, and my son sort of suspected that, but yeah, they, "Oh yeah, see, I told you," when they found out I would actually do this wedding for them. And also they sort of threw me under the bus and "Dad, if anything goes wrong, we'd like you to delay and tell jokes and keep everyone occupied." So plenty of room to improvise here, and you're probably going to get that speech of all the things I'm going to have to prepare just in case I have to stretch something out to cover during the wedding. But for this happy couple, my son and future daughter-in-law, I will be leading a wedding ceremony for the first time. And there is no the wedding ceremony manual speech. No, it didn't really seem to fall under the giving a roast. Didn't seem to fall under giving an award or accepting an award. It's a wedding ceremony. Now, first of all, I have to go back and check on a couple things because having never done it, there's like a few legal implications. Fortunately, there's the internet. That has a site that says the legal requirements and frequently asked questions for getting married in California. And number one, the good thing, you don't have to register. There's no form to fill out, no qualifications, no fees to pay. Basically, if the parties are happy with you marrying them, you can marry them. Now, they do ask that you're a member of the clergy. There are certain people in groups, such as judges and the like, who are specified that can do marriages. But they're in this frequently asked questions. Well, what if I'm a medicine man? Yep, you can do a marriage. Well, what if I'm a shaman? Yep, you can do a marriage. Now, it's not on this site, but there's some other sites that talk about marriage. The few things that they do, number one, ship's captains cannot marry you unless they fall under one of the other categories. And number two, the thing they really frown on as a member of the clergy, if you do a ceremony, and they really will question you, is if you try to claim anything as a tax deduction. So in that case, I'm really pretty free to do this marriage. And I did go through sections 400 through 402 of the family code just to check. Now, my other legal duties, okay, this is just in case you ever have to do a marriage ceremony. Other legal duties aren't much. The couple themselves are supposed to go and apply for a marriage certificate. They go down to the county clerk, fill out a form, pay a fee, and now they have their certificate, and they have 90 days to get married. I sort of refer to this as a hunting license. Yep, okay, the season is 90 days long. That's how long we have here. Get going, kids. The other things that I need to do is that at the time of the ceremony, I need to sign the certificate and write down the date. It can have 1 or 2 witnesses. Has to have at least one, but there's only space for 2 witnesses to this legal document. And that really pretty much takes care of it. It's not a whole lot here in the state of California. It's better than some of the common law marriages I've heard about in places like California. But this will qualify as a marriage. And then I mentioned that 90-day period. Now, after it's signed, you got a 10-day race to get that back to the county clerk. Couples, if you're going to take that certificate with you and head off on a 2-week honeymoon, don't have someone get that. Well, the old song is "Get me to the church on time." This is "Get me to the clerk on time." And that will finalize your marriage, and you are married in California. And yes, I did look it up. There are online sites now. When I got my minister certificate, Nope, you had to mail things in and spend money on a stamp. Not anymore. They've really, really cut this down. But this is all the things in preparation. Finally, it's going to come down to the speech itself. And okay, I've been researching these things, going through all the different types of ceremony. And here, talking with my son and his fiance, we've worked out a whole bunch of things. It's not finalized yet. You call everyone together, basically the starting. Patrick, I'm not going to ask you as Sergeant at Arms to start this meeting. We have to start this on their own. And we've worked out who's escorting who down the aisle and who's coming in what order. And then as the officiant, I get to address the community and start off. Now, this is where I may have to come up with some jokes. And like I said, you're going to have one meeting where I'm going to give a speech. It's going to be nothing but jokes to fill the time. Trying to find something that is both funny and will not offend anyone in the audience. Right now, we know I'm from California. She's from California. I have relatives in Germany, my nieces and nephews who are coming, and from Iowa, my parents from Florida. She has relatives from Topanga, from Los Angeles, from Norway, and from England who might be there. Great chance to offend people if we want to. So it's a flip of a coin on what we're going to do. But then I will be introducing the family in the audience, so for everyone to meet, address the bride and groom. And now, thank goodness, my son and Jay and Jill are each writing their own vows. So I do not have to come up with the vows, and they will stand before the community and present their vows to each other. After this is done, I, as the proud officiant and extremely proud father, get to make the pronouncement of the new couple, at which point we retreat and go and celebrate their new life together. So this is my speech. There really is no manual for this. There is no one that encompasses everything. However, maybe at the beginning, I'll ask in the audience if there's another Toastmaster and hand them an evaluation form, just in case we can work it in later. So back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.